There are men who rise from ash and obscurity not by luck, not by talent, but by something far more dangerous. A blueprint hidden in plain sight for 5 centuries. A formula so ruthless that those who master it rarely speak of it. You are about to learn what they will not teach you. How to engineer power from absolute nothing. How to become untouchable while others remain desperate. This is not motivation. This is architecture. The hidden blueprint of Machiavelli, decoded for the modern world, weaponized for your resurrection. Now before we dive deeper into this journey, I need your help. My ex-girlfriend said I am a failure and can never be successful speaking the truth on YouTube about how the world operates. She said nobody will subscribe to a failure's channel. Please subscribe now, let's prove her wrong. It will be a shame if what she said happens. Please help this young man gain his confidence back. And please tell me where you are watching from right now. Drop your location in the comments because I would love to know where my amazing viewers are tuning in from and to prove to her that people around the world now watch my channel. Most people believe transformation begins with motivation. They are wrong. Machiavelli understood something psychology would not articulate for another 400 years. Power is not discovered. It is constructed, brick by brick, ruthlessly, methodically, without emotion. You do not find yourself. You build a version of yourself so strategically designed that the world has no choice but to make space for you. From nothing, you can engineer everything. But only if you abandon the comfortable lies they have fed you since childhood. Listen carefully. The blueprint has 12 stages. 12 principles hidden inside the prints, inside the discourses, inside the private letters Machiavelli wrote while exiled and broken. He rebuilt himself in isolation. He became more powerful in disgrace than he ever was in office. He discovered the formula, not by reading, by surviving. And what he learned can be applied today with more precision than ever before. Because the game has not changed. Only the board. You are at 0 right now. Maybe lower. Broke. Confused. Invisible. Dismissed. Good. That is your greatest weapon. They are not watching you yet. And that gives you time to become dangerous. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt powerful? Not pretending. Not performing. Actually powerful. Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know where you are starting from. Because where you are now is not where you will end. The first rule. Silence your existence until you are ready. Machiavelli wrote The Prince in secret. He did not announce his genius. He did not post about his comeback. He worked in silence while the world forgot him. And when he released his masterpiece, it was already too late to stop him. His ideas were immortal before anyone realized they were dangerous. You must do the same. Shut your mouth about your plans. Delete the posts about your goals. Stop telling people what you are building. Every word you speak about your future dilutes your energy and arms your enemies. And yes, you have enemies. People who smile at you but secretly hope you stay small. The world rewards those who appear suddenly, fully formed, undeniable. It punishes those who beg for permission and document their struggle in real time. If you are rebuilding yourself, do it in the shadows. Become unrecognizable before you reveal yourself. Let them think you are still the same. Let them underestimate you. And when you emerge, let the gap between who you were and who you have become be so vast they cannot explain it. Right now, write this down. Say it in the comments so it becomes real. I am rebuilding in silence. My next move will speak louder than my words ever could. Write that. Commit to it. The second rule. Study power like a surgeon studies the body. Machiavelli did not romanticize power. He dissected it. Coldly. Clinically. He studied successful rulers and failed ones with the same intensity. He looked for patterns. What did the powerful do that the weak refused to do? What laws govern the rise and fall of men? He discovered that power has rules. Invisible ones. And those who learn the rules can manipulate the game. You must become a student of power. Not in theory. In practice. Watch how people move. Who gets promoted and why? Who gets ignored and why? Who commands a room without saying much? Who talks the most but holds the least influence? These are not accidents. These are patterns. Read biographies of builders, conquerors, and survivors. Not to admire them, to decode them. What did they do at rock bottom? How did they leverage tiny advantages? How did they eliminate obstacles without creating visible enemies? Machiavelli studied Cesare Borgia, a man who built an empire through calculated violence and strategic mercy. He did not judge him. He learned from him. You must do the same. Stop moralizing. Start analyzing. Find someone in your field who has the life you want. Someone who rose from nothing. Study every interview, every decision, every pivot. Deconstruct their strategy. Then adapt it. Do not copy. Adapt. Because the blueprint is timeless, but the application must be personal. Tell me in the comments, who is someone you are studying right now? Who is your model of power? Drop the name. Let's learn from each other. The third rule. Kill your old identity without mercy. You cannot rebuild what you refuse to destroy. Machiavelli lost everything. His position, his reputation, his security. And instead of clinging to who he used to be, he let that man die. He did not try to return to his old life. He built a new one. A better one. A more dangerous one. You are holding on to a version of yourself that no longer serves you. The friends who drain you. The habits that numb you. The excuses that comfort you. The identity you have wrapped around your failures. It has to die. Completely. Ruthlessly. Without sentiment. This is not about self-hate. This is about precision. A snake sheds its skin not because it hates itself, but because it has outgrown the old form. You have outgrown the person you were, but you are still wearing that skin. Still defending behaviors that keep you weak. Still calling it loyalty when it is really fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of being judged. Fear of becoming someone your old friends will not recognize. Let me be clear. The version of you that accepts mediocrity must be suffocated. Starve it. Give it no attention, no energy, no justification. Build a new identity based not on comfort but on outcome. Who do you need to become to get what you want? Not who do you want to be. Who do you need to be? Write that version down. Name them. Give them a personality. A schedule. A set of non-negotiables. Then step into that character every single day until it is no longer a character. Until it is you. Drop a comment right now. One habit you are killing today. One behavior that has to die for you to rise. Write it. Make it public. Accountability is a cage you build for your old self. The fourth rule. Weaponize your humiliation. Machiavelli was tortured. Literally. Strappato. His arms tied behind his back, hoisted by a rope, dropped suddenly to dislocate his shoulders. He was broken physically and politically, and yet he used that pain as fuel. His exile became his laboratory. His bitterness became his clarity. Every great rebuilding begins with a wound. The betrayal, the failure, the rejection, the moment you were made to feel worthless. Most people run from that memory. You must run toward it. Examine it. Learn from it. What did that moment reveal about the world? About people? About yourself? Your humiliation is not a scar to hide. It is data. It told you who is real and who is performing. It showed you where you were weak. It taught you that fairness is a myth and loyalty is conditional. Now use that knowledge. Let the anger sharpen you, not destroy you. Machiavelli did not write The Prince out of kindness. He wrote it out of rage and brilliance. He turned his pain into the most influential political manuscript in history. What will you turn yours into? Every person who dismissed you, every opportunity that rejected you, every moment you felt invisible, collect them. Put them in a mental vault. And every time you want to quit, open that vault. Let the pain remind you why comfort is not an option. Let it push you further than discipline ever could. Tell me in the comments, what moment broke you, and how are you going to use it? You do not have to share details. Just say, I am weaponizing my pain. That is enough. The fifth rule. Build in private. Appear in public only when you have leverage. Machiavelli understood timing. He did not beg for his job back. He did not plead for relevance. He disappeared, built something undeniable, and re-entered the conversation on his terms. You are too visible right now. Too available. Too eager to prove yourself to people who are not even paying attention. Stop performing your progress. Stop asking for validation at every stage. The world does not reward effort. It rewards results. And it rewards those who show up with power already in hand. This is the era of overexposure. Everyone is documenting their journey, their feelings, their breakdowns, their breakthroughs. And it has made everyone forgettable. You will do the opposite. You will vanish. Not literally, but energetically. Stop posting every thought. Stop going to every event. Stop being so available to people who add no value to your mission. Use this time to build skills, systems, leverage. Learn to sell. Learn to speak. Learn to code, to write, to edit, to negotiate, to invest. Stack capabilities in silence. When you return, you will not need to convince anyone of anything. Your presence will be the argument. Your results will be the credibility. They will ask where you have been. You will smile and say nothing. Let your work answer. Write this affirmation in the comments. I no longer perform my potential. I build it in private and reveal it when it is undeniable. Write it. The sixth rule. Make yourself useful to someone powerful before you try to become powerful yourself. Machiavelli tried to flatter his way back into favor. It did not work. Then he wrote something so valuable, so intellectually dangerous, that powerful men could not ignore it. He made himself useful, not by begging, by delivering value they could not find elsewhere. This is the fastest way to rise from nothing. Identify someone 3 to 5 levels above you. Someone with resources, access, visibility. Then ask yourself, what do they need that no one is giving them? Not what you want to offer. What do they actually need? Time, organization, research, content, execution, cold outreach. Most people approach power asking for something. You will approach offering something. Work for free if you have to. Not forever, but long enough to prove you are not like the others. Long enough to become indispensable. And once you are inside, once you are trusted, you absorb everything. How they think, how they negotiate, how they move. You are not there to be subordinate. You are there to study and extract the blueprint. Machiavelli served princes to understand them. Then he wrote the manual to replace them. You will do the same. Serve power to learn it. Then build your own. Here is your task. Comment below one person you could provide value to right now. Not a peer. Someone above you. Someone dangerous to know. Write their name or their position. Commit to reaching them this week. The seventh rule. Control your reputation with the precision of a strategist. Machiavelli knew that perception is more powerful than reality. A prince, he said, does not need to have all the virtues, but he must appear to have them. You are not building a self. You are building a perception, and you must control it ruthlessly. Right now, your reputation is being written by other people, by your past, by your inconsistencies, by the version of you that still shows up when you are tired or emotional. You must take that pen back. Decide what you want to be known for. One thing, maybe 2, not 7, not your whole personality. One edge, one undeniable strength. The person who always delivers. The person who never breaks under pressure. The person who sees opportunities no one else sees. Then engineer every interaction, every post, every appearance to reinforce that narrative. Cut everything that contradicts it. Stop being relatable in ways that make you forgettable. Stop oversharing in ways that make you look unstable. Machiavelli appeared measured, thoughtful, untouchable. Even in exile, his letters were calculated. Yours must be too. Every email, every message, every comment, every video. Ask yourself, does this reinforce the identity I am building, or does it dilute it? If it dilutes, delete it, rewrite it, or say nothing. The world will try to make you smaller by making you more human. Resist. Be human in private. Be a strategy in public. Comment below the one word you want people to associate with your name. One word. That is your new filter. The 8th rule. Destroy obstacles with silence or strategy, never with emotion. Machiavelli watched men destroy themselves by reacting emotionally to insults, betrayals, provocations. He learned that the one who reacts first loses. The one who strikes visibly creates enemies. The one who wins quietly creates fear. You will encounter obstacles. People who block your progress. People who disrespect you. Systems that ignore you. Your instinct will be to fight loudly. To defend yourself. To prove them wrong in real time. That is your ego. And your ego will keep you broke. Instead, go silent. Analyze. Is this obstacle worth engaging? Or is it a distraction designed to drain you? Most battles are not worth fighting. Most enemies are not worth acknowledging. Let them scream into the void while you build. But when an obstacle truly threatens your rise, when someone actively works to sabotage you, you do not react. You plan. You wait. You gather information. And you remove them from the board so quietly they do not realize they have lost until it is too late. This is not about revenge. This is about efficiency. Machiavelli did not waste time on petty conflicts. He studied power structures and inserted himself where it mattered. You will do the same. Stop arguing with people beneath your vision. Stop defending yourself to people who have already decided to misunderstand you. Let your progress be the only response. Tell me, have you ever won by staying silent when everyone expected you to explode? Drop a yes in the comments if you have ever felt that power. The 9th rule. Optimize your environment like a scientist designs a lab. Machiavelli wrote his greatest work in a small room, surrounded by books, isolated from distraction. He designed his environment for depth, for focus, for creation. You cannot rebuild yourself in the same environment that broke you. Your surroundings are silently programming you. The people you live with, the content you consume, the conversations you default to, the places you spend your time. All of it is either building you or degrading you. Look around you right now. Does this room look like it belongs to someone powerful? Does your phone reflect the habits of someone on the rise? Does your calendar reflect your priorities, or everyone else's? If you want to become a different person, you need to live in a different environment. Even if you cannot move, you can control what enters your space. Remove the chaos, the clutter, the reminders of failure. Add books. Add silence. Add tools that make execution easier. Unfollow everyone on social media who is not teaching you, inspiring you, or paying you. Yes, everyone. Your cousin. Your old classmates. The influencers who make you feel inadequate. Delete the apps that steal your time. Replace them with apps that build you. Podcasts. Audiobooks. Skill platforms. Your environment must become a weapon that works for you even when you are weak. Machiavelli had no distractions, no notifications, no doom scrolling, just thought and execution. You have more tools than he ever had. But you also have more poison. Choose carefully. Comment one thing you are removing from your environment today. One thing that has been silently killing your momentum. The 10th rule. Develop a skill so valuable they cannot ignore you. Machiavelli's weapon was his mind. His ability to analyze, articulate, and architect political strategy. It made him immortal. What is your weapon? Not your passion. Not what you enjoy. What can you do that creates undeniable value in the marketplace? Most people are stuck because they have no leverage, no rare skill, nothing someone with resources would pay premium for. You are rebuilding from nothing, which means you need to become valuable fast. Pick one skill. 1. Not 3. Not 5. One that has a clear path to monetization or influence. Copywriting, sales, video editing, paid ads, public speaking, code, design. It does not matter which one. What matters is that you go deep. Deeper than tutorials. Deeper than courses. You study it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Consume everything. Practice daily. Mimicry first, then innovation. Find people who are wealthy because of that skill. Deconstruct how they use it. Then do it better. Do it faster. Do it with a personality they cannot replicate. Within 6 months, you can become better at one thing than 90% of people. Within a year, you can be in the top 5%. And that is enough to rebuild your entire life. Machiavelli became untouchable because no one could think like him. You will become untouchable because no one can do what you do at the level you do it. Drop the skill you are committing to below. The one thing you will master over the next 12 months. Write it. Let this comment section hold you accountable. The 11th rule. Move like water, never like stone. Machiavelli praised adaptability over rigidity. He said fortune is like a river. When it floods, it destroys those who built rigid walls. But those who prepared channels, who adapted to its nature, survived and thrived. You are rebuilding in a world that changes faster than ever. The strategies that worked 2 years ago are obsolete. The platforms that gave people influence are dying. What got someone else to power will not get you there. You must be flexible. Ruthlessly flexible. Attached to the outcome, not the method. If something is not working, you do not push harder out of pride. You pivot. You test. You adapt. This is not weakness. This is intelligence. Machiavelli switched allegiances, changed tactics, rewrote his approach whenever the situation demanded it. He was loyal to his survival and his vision, not to a strategy. Right now, you might be grinding in the wrong direction, putting in effort that leads nowhere. And because you have invested time, you keep going. That is called the sunk cost fallacy. And it will destroy you. Let go of what is not working. Immediately. Test new approaches. New platforms. New offers. New partnerships. Move fast. Fail fast. Learn fast. The person who adapts the quickest wins. Be honest in the comments. What is one thing you have been doing for months that is not working, but you keep doing it anyway? Confess it. Then let it go. The 12th rule. Become someone who finishes. Machiavelli finished The Prince in 1513. While broken. While exiled. While the world had forgotten him. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He did not wait for motivation. He finished. And that single completed work gave him eternal influence. Most people are stuck in the loop of starting. Starting diets. Starting businesses. Starting content. Starting books. They are addicted to the dopamine of the new idea. But they never finish. And unfinished work has zero value. You want to rebuild yourself into a power player? Then you need to become someone who finishes. Finish the workout. Finish the outreach list. Finish the script. Finish the product. Finish the pitch. Even if it is imperfect. Even if no one sees it at first. Completion is a muscle. And every time you finish something, you become more dangerous. Because finishing is proof. Proof that you can execute. Proof that you are not like the others. Machiavelli could have written notes forever. He could have planned a better book. He could have waited for his reputation to recover. But he finished. And the world had no choice but to receive it. Your power is not in your potential. It is in what you complete. Right now, today, finish something. One thing. A draft. A message. A video. A plan. Then tomorrow, finish another. Stack completions like you are building a fortress. Because you are. Tell me right now, what is one thing you are going to finish this week? Not start. Finish. Comment it. Make it real. You now have the 12 rules. The hidden blueprint Machiavelli used to rebuild himself from disgrace into immortality. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. And I did not create this to entertain you. I created it to arm you. So let me tell you what happens next. You have two paths in front of you. The first path is easy. You watch this video. You feel inspired for an hour, maybe a day. Then you return to the same habits, the same environment, the same excuses. You tell yourself you will start next week, next month, when things calm down. And 5 years from now, you are still waiting, still explaining why it has not happened yet, still blaming circumstances you refuse to change. The second path is ruthless. You take one rule, just one, and you implement it today, not tomorrow, today. You go silent about your plans. You kill one habit. You reach out to someone powerful. You remove one distraction. You finish one thing. And tomorrow you do it again. And the day after, you stop consuming and you start building. You become the person this blueprint was designed to create. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly in the comments. Which path are you on right now? The path of consumption or the path of execution? Because if you have watched this far and you have not subscribed, you are still hesitating. You are still unsure. And that uncertainty is the same energy keeping you stuck everywhere else. So here is what I need you to do. Subscribe right now. Not because I need it, but because you need to prove to yourself that you are capable of making a decision and following through. That small action, that tiny commitment, is practice. Practice for the bigger decisions coming. And if you are from another country, if you are watching this from anywhere outside where you thought this message could reach, drop your location below. Show me that this blueprint is spreading, that people everywhere are waking up. Let's build a global movement of people who refuse to stay broken. Machiavelli rebuilt himself in isolation, but you do not have to. You have this community. You have these principles. You have a choice right now. Will you be someone who knows what to do, or someone who actually does it? Comment below, I am on the path of execution. Write that sentence. Let it mark the moment you stopped spectating your own life. Now let me take you deeper, because the 12 rules are the structure. But there is something underneath them. Something Machiavelli never wrote explicitly but demonstrated in everything he did. The hidden frequency. The internal shift that makes all 12 rules effortless. It is the difference between someone who follows steps and someone who becomes power itself. You ready? Most people are trying to get power. Machiavelli understood you must become it. Not acquire it. Not attract it. Become it. And that requires a psychological shift so deep that most will reject it because it feels too cold, too isolating, too far from the fantasy of being liked while being powerful. You cannot have both. Not at the beginning. Maybe later, when you have built something untouchable. But right now you have to choose. Do you want to be loved or do you want to be free? Machiavelli chose freedom. He let go of the need to be understood. He stopped defending his intentions. He stopped needing the crowd to approve. And that detachment gave him clarity no emotionally dependent person will ever experience. So here is the shift. Stop seeking permission. From your family. From your friends. From society. From the algorithm. From anyone. You do not need their agreement to rebuild yourself. You do not need them to believe in you. You need you to believe in you. And then you need to move like that belief is fact. Every day you wait for someone to co-sign your dream, you give them power over your timeline. Every day you need validation before you act, you stay weak. Machiavelli did not ask Florence if he could write The Prince. He wrote it. He did not ask if his ideas were acceptable. He unleashed them. You must adopt the same posture. I am doing this, not because it is easy, not because people will cheer, but because I decided. And my decision is law in my own life. Comment this if it resonates. My decision is law in my own life. Let that be your new operating system. Now here is where most people break. They start strong. They follow the rules. They cut distractions. They build in private. And then nothing happens. No traction. No results. No applause. And they quit. They decide the blueprint does not work. But the blueprint always works. What fails is their patience. Their ability to delay gratification. Machiavelli was exiled for 15 years before the prince became influential. 15 years. Most of you will not stay consistent for 15 days. This is the test. Can you keep building when no one is watching? Can you keep executing when the results have not arrived yet? Can you stay ruthless when your emotions beg you to rest, to retreat, to return to comfort? This is where power players are formed. In the gap between action and outcome. In the silence between planting and harvest. You are being tested right now. Not by the world. By yourself. And every time you show up despite the emptiness, despite the doubt, despite the lack of evidence, you are passing. You are becoming. Let me tell you what no one else will. You are closer than you think. The reason it feels hard is because you are shedding an old skin. The reason it feels lonely is because you are outgrowing your environment. The reason it feels like nothing is happening is because the most important changes are internal and invisible. You are rewiring your mind. You are upgrading your identity. And that process does not show up on a scoreboard. But it is happening. One day, and it will feel sudden even though it was not, everything will click. The skill you have been building will get noticed. The person you reached out to will respond. The content you made in silence will spread. The opportunity you did not see coming will appear. And people will call it luck. Let them. You will know it was architecture. Drop a comment if you have ever experienced that moment. The moment where everything you built in private finally became visible. Just say, I have seen it happen. Or, I am waiting for my moment. Either way, write it. Let me give you something practical now. A daily formula. Because philosophy without systems is just poetry. Here is what Machiavelli would do if he were rebuilding today. He would wake up before the world makes demands. He would spend the first hour in study. Not passive consumption. Active study. Reading with a pen. Taking notes. Asking questions. Dissecting strategy. Then he would spend 2 hours on execution. Building the skill. Creating the asset. Doing the outreach. Not checking email. Not scrolling. Executing. Then he would eat. Train his body. Because a weak body creates a weak mind. And power requires energy. Then another 2 hours of execution. By now, most people have not even started their day. They are still deciding how they feel. Still waiting for motivation. You have already won. You have already built while they were negotiating with comfort. The rest of your day is defense. Defending your progress. Saying no to distractions. Saying no to people who want your time but offer no value. Saying no to the part of you that wants to celebrate too early. Evening is review. What worked today? What did not? What do you do tomorrow? Write it down. Then read. Something old. Something philosophical. Something that reminds you that this game is ancient and you are simply playing your turn. Then sleep. Deep, disciplined sleep. Because recovery is part of the weapon. Do this 6 days a week. On the 7th, rest. Think. Walk. Let your mind process. But do not consume. Do not binge. Do not undo the week. And in 12 months, you will be unrecognizable. Try it for 1 week. Just one. Then comment below how it felt. I want to know if you can survive your own potential. Now let me tell you the truth about enemies. You think you do not have any yet. You do. They are just not active. Because you are not a threat. But the moment you start rising, the moment you start finishing, the moment people notice you are different, they will come. Not with swords. With doubt. With mockery. With concern. They will tell you to be realistic. They will remind you of your past. They will question your decisions. And they will do it with a smile. Because they believe they are helping. Machiavelli said it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But I will adjust that. It is better to be respected than liked. And respect comes from boundaries, from consistency, from being unmoved by opinion. You do not argue with these people. You do not explain. You just keep moving. And your results will silence them more effectively than any words could. But here is what you must understand. Some of them are not enemies. They are mirrors, reflecting the doubt you still carry. The fear you have not killed. They are not the problem. Your hesitation is. So when someone questions you, do not defend. Just ask yourself, do I still believe this? And if the answer is yes, move. Let them watch. Comment below if you have already felt this. The resistance. The quiet sabotage. The concern that feels like poison. Just say, I have felt it. You are not alone. Here is the part they do not tell you. Rebuilding yourself ruthlessly will cost you relationships. It will cost you invitations. It will cost you the version of life you thought you wanted. And for a while, it will feel like loss. But it is not. It is shedding. Machiavelli lost his political career. But he gained intellectual immortality. You will lose people who do not understand you. But you will gain alignment with your actual purpose. You will lose comfort. But you will gain capability. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? Not in theory. In reality. Are you willing to be misunderstood for a year so you can be undeniable in 5? Are you willing to be alone now so you can be selective later? Most people are not. They want the result without the isolation. The power without the sacrifice. And that is why most people stay exactly where they are. Tell me right now. Are you willing to pay the price? Comment yes or no. Be honest. Because if the answer is no, you can stop here. Save yourself the frustration. But if the answer is yes, then lock in. Because what comes next requires everything. Machiavelli's final lesson is this. Fortune favors the aggressive. Not the reckless. The aggressive. Those who see the opening and move before doubt can speak. Those who make decisions in hours that others take months to avoid. Speed is a weapon. Especially when you are rebuilding. You do not have the luxury of slow deliberation. You need momentum. You need wins. Even small ones. So you move fast. You test fast. You fail fast. You adjust fast. Every day you hesitate is a day your competition does not. Every week you spend planning is a week someone else spends executing. Machiavelli wrote The Prince in months. Not years. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He struck while the idea was hot. You must do the same. That business idea. Start it this week. That content plan. Film today. That message to someone powerful? Send it in the next hour. Stop waiting for confidence. Confidence is built through action, not before it. You act, then you feel capable. Not the other way around. Write this down. Comment it. I build confidence by moving, not by waiting. Say it. Become it. Let me bring this home now. You started this video as one person. If you have listened this far, you are already different. You have been exposed to a framework most people will never encounter. You have the 12 rules. You have the shift. You have the daily formula. Now the only question is, what will you do? Machiavelli rebuilt himself into a legend from nothing. No money, no position, no support, just intellect, strategy, and ruthless execution. You have more tools than he ever had. You have the internet. You have access. You have global reach. The only thing you do not have is time. Every day you delay, you age. Every month you waste, someone younger and hungrier takes the spot you wanted. This is not a threat. This is reality. And reality does not care about your feelings. It rewards those who move. So move. Now. Today. This hour. Before we end, I need something from you. I need you to make a declaration. Not to me. To yourself. I want you to comment below one sentence. The sentence is, I am no longer who I was. I am becoming who I must be. Write it. Let the algorithm record it. Let the universe witness it. Let your future self remember this moment as the turning point. If you have not subscribed, do it now. Not for me. For you. Because subscription is a commitment. A micro-promise that you are going to keep showing up. That you are not just consuming, you are changing. And I am going to keep creating. Keep exposing. Keep arming you with what they will not teach in schools or seminars. This is the real education. The one that makes you dangerous. Now, tell me where you are watching from. I want to see how far this message has spread. Drop your city, your country, your corner of the world. Let's build a map of power players rising in silence. And if you know someone who needs this, someone who is at rock bottom, someone who is ready to rebuild, send this to them. Do not summarize it. Send the whole thing. Let them decide if they are ready. Machiavelli has been dead for 500 years. But his blueprint is alive. In you. In everyone who refuses to stay broken. You are not rebuilding into who you were. You are constructing someone the world has never seen. Someone ruthless. Someone focused. Someone inevitable. This is not the end of the video. This is the beginning of your execution. Everything you needed to hear, you have heard. Now go build. In silence. With precision. Without permission. And when you emerge, unrecognizable and undeniable, remember it started here. With a blueprint. A decision. And the refusal to stay small. I will see you in the next one. But only if you are still moving. Only if you are still becoming. The weak will fall off. The distracted will forget. But you are going to finish. And finishing is how you win. Now go.